So, dear Nusrat, we start now. I think we will have not many people today. Let us see if some more people will join. So, hopefully, more people will join slowly. Uh, in fact, our most of the Ukrainian audience, they have the troubles these days. There is a problem of electricity because of the power stations have bombed in a mass scale. So it's a lot of problem of electricity in this country. So other people from other countries slowly join. I hope. So Nusrat, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So you open your systems, your camera, etc. And now, do you have anyone to introduce you, or should I
Uh, I told somebody like, but I think so they have not joined us yet.
do? Okay. So just give me 1 minute, and then I will try to do it. Okay. So, dear friends, we have today is a young researcher and a young fellow, Miss Nusrat Yaqoob. She is from Pakistan, studying at Karachi University. She has been associated with various platforms, including UNESCO, mm, and also was associated with UNICEF. Currently, she is also the young fellow, global fellow with us with the Grassroots Institute. So she has been working on the water governance project in her university, covering aspects from Pakistan and Afghanistan, I guess. So also she's touching some issues between India and Pakistan. So without losing the time, I like Nusrat to start her lecture. So just one thing to request all the audience. She needs an encouragement. In fact, she is a young, and we actually have chosen for this lecture uh, from the perspective of encouraging the young researchers and young scholars. So I believe that she will do a justice, and she will also present very well the subject she has chosen. Now forum is to you. Please take on.
Thank you, Dr. Hester, that you have given me opportunity to speak in front of very renowned and more learned professor on the topic which I'm going to present today on my lecture and presentation. It is about water as an economic good and sustainability trend. Uh, can I turn off my camera?
So I think if you are uncomfortable, you can turn off and then you focus on your lecture. Right?
Thank you. Okay. Basically, we all know this thing that water can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Because water is generated through a hydrological cycle involves the continuous circulation process of water in Earth's atmosphere system. The many processes it has basically involved many processes which includes evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, and runoff. Almost 70% of Earth is covered by water, on which 97% water is in a sea, which is salt water, which is not ready for human consumption, which is not readily available and fit for human consumption. Only 3.5% water is available for human consumption, on which 2.5% water is locked in ice caps, and 1% water is available for human consumption. And most of the water in this 1% water is uh, is is located beneath the surface, and we can call it a groundwater. Why we call that water is an economic good? Because it has a value. It is a user cost and opportunity cost. There are mainly three sectors which consumes water in the world: agriculture sector, industry, and municipal. Basically, at domestic level, we have already seen this thing that only 10% water is consumed, and mainly the water which is consumed at household at domestic for domestic uses, for household consumption and hygiene purpose. And the economic uses of waters are included: industrial uses, tourism, and agriculture sector. 20% water is consumed in industry for manufacturing, maintenance, and cooling process. And in tourism industry, water is used for recreational activities, and agriculture sector water is used for crop and orchards. Why we call that water is an economic good? Specifically, when we talk about the water cost, basically in urban centers, water has a low volume and high value use due to user costs incurred in financing, operating, abstraction, transmission, treatment, and distribution system, which is relatively high, while the opportunity costs imposed on other as a result of the use of water are often quite low in domestic for municipal sector and urban water supply. In the context of urban water supply, when we talk
Nus
about
Nusrat, one second, I interfere. Sorry. Can you please go slow because many of our audience do not understand very fast English. Just go slow. You have plenty of time. Why do you hurry?
okay,
Just
so
explain and explain at very length. Every slide you
okay,
explain in detail and go slow.
okay,
Don't run fast, please.
okay, okay, okay.
Thank
Okay, when we say that water has a value and it has a user cost and opportunity cost, when we talk about domestic uses and urban center water supplies, why we call that in urban centers water user cost there is high user cost in urban centers, because it has because mostly the finances occur on the operating, abstraction, transmission, treatment, and distribution are the major reason that why the user cost and value cost of water is high in domestic in urban centers. However, opportunity cost is low in urban center as compared to the rural areas. Why? Because the situation is quite different for irrigation, and in rural economy where there is plenty of water is available, and it has a low value to users. The user cost in irrigation sector is often modest, but when there is competition with urban users, its opportunity cost increases. Therefore, we say that user cost is high for urban centers, but it is low for remote economy and in agriculture sector. The water withdrawal rate in the world over the years. We have a table which is showing the values from 1901 to 2014. I have taken the data from Worldometer. The graph is showing that the global population and economic shift towards more resource intensive consumption pattern after the 1950s. And we can see this thing that after the 1950s, the water consumption increases nearly sixfold. Rates of global freshwater increase rapidly from the date. However, but since 2000 appears to be plateauing or at least slowing down and has a stable and consistent rate. This is another figure which is showing the same trend that world population, which is showing the world population data and world water use data. It is another depiction which is showing this thing that after the 1950s, the water consumption increased robustly, but since it is showing this that 1995 to 2010 there was a modest trend. Like it was increasing, but not that much increasing as it was increasing before. This is a basically map which is showing that water withdrawal rates in the world over the years. In 1995, there was many regions in the world where water withdrawal was from 20 to 10%. However, over the years, the water withdrawal rates has increased substantially, and we can easily see in this thing that in Central Europe, in Western Asia, in Central America, and South Africa, in some of the East Asian countries, Asia Pacific, and South Asian countries, water withdrawal rate has substantially increased, even more than 40%. This is true depiction that due to the agriculture activities and industrial uses, water withdrawal rate has increased in all of these regions, and due to this reason, freshwater resources are continuously decreasing and depleting. In this presentation, I will mainly focus on irrigation system in Pakistan and why the economic and what the theory of water resource economics says about is being implemented in this sector. This is another graph which is showing the urban and rural population growth in Pakistan. We can see this thing that urban and rural population growth is showing the similar trend, and the growth rate in Pakistan, the population growth rate is similar is same in both of the areas. This is another graph which is showing provincial share in Indus River Basin system and sector-wise water demand in Pakistan. In 1991, after a long discussion, Pakistan has signed the Water Apportionment Accord on March 1991, and all of the provinces agreed that this much water will be allocated to all of the provinces. 47% water was allocated to Punjab, 42% in Sindh, 8% to KPK, and only 3% water was allocated to Balochistan. Basically, the water share, this water share was allocated to these provinces on pro rata baseline, which depends on the basis of 1972 population census. The another factor which has taken into account while agreeing on this agreement was infrastructure, because in Punjab there was a very developed water infrastructure, and in Sindh was also but in KPK and Balochistan we have not that much well established infrastructure, so that's why their share in IRBS system is very much low. Sector wise water demand in Pakistan. In Pakistan, mostly water is allocated, mostly water is distributed in, mostly water is basically, we divert most of the water to our agriculture sector, which is 69%. And only 23% water is allocated to industrial use, and only 8% water is available for household consumption. This is another graph which is showing that percentage of total country area cultivated. This is the percentage of total country area cultivated. This is out of This is out of total cultivated area of country. We can see this thing. We can see this that since 1992, there is not that much increase in total cultivated area of this country. However, area equipped for irrigation has substantially increased. Like in 1992, it was 53%, which has reached to 63% on 2018. And I think so. This is basically mainly occurs due to the water apportionment accord. The trend is linear. This is Indus River Basin system. This is Indus River Basin system tree. Basically, Pakistan has three main eastern tributaries and three western tributaries. Pakistan, the Indus River Basin system is consists on 4 storage reservoirs, which are Tarbela, Chashma, Mangla, and Varsik, 16 barrages, 12 interlinked canals, 2 siphons, 44 command areas, on which 23 are in Punjab, 14 in Sindh, 5 in KPK, and 2 in Balochistan. This is that how IBS system of Pakistan from 1870 to present has constructed. Prior to 1950, there was very few construction was there was very few and limited construction on Indus River Basin. However, after 1950, we have specifically from 1978, Pakistan constructed so many water reservoirs, and there was mainly two of the reasons due to which Pakistan has completed almost 18 projects on Indus River Basin. At very first Indus Water Treaty, which we have signed with India on 1960, another reason was Green Revolution. During the course of time, Pakistan has completed 3 major dams, in which Pakistan completed Tarbela 1 and Tarbela 2 in 1974, and Mangla Dam in 1967. Another dam, Pakistan was also constructed in 1978. After this, Pakistan has completed many dams, and currently Pakistan is working on Bhasha Dam, Kuramtangi Dam, and Kachi Canal. Basically, Kachi Canal is Pakistan is constructing Kachi Canal in Balochistan. Balochistan is the area where Pakistan have although we have so many dams, but these dams are not that much big, and these dams mostly take the runoff water. The key features of IBS systems. Are: it has a contiguous canal irrigation system. Indus River Basin has a distinction that across the globe, this is an irrigation system which is contiguous and largest irrigation system in the world. The Indus Basin system is fed by the eastern rivers, as I have already told, that Ravi and Satluj, and the western rivers Jhelum, Chenab, and Kabul. The total length of the basin is about 2,900 kilometers squares, and altitude of this river is 18,000 feet, which is 5,486.4 meter. Indus irrigates 56,600 square kilometer area, which is 70% of Pakistan's overall cultivated area. However, only 3% of Indus River water provides water supplies to the household industry in Pakistan. The major economical policy challenges of Indus Basin irrigation system in Pakistan are low stream efficiency and crop water productivity. Degradation of the resource-based salinization. This is a very important and major economical challenges which is currently Pakistan is facing in most of the areas of Sindh. Most of the areas of Sindh and Punjab are bearing the brunt of this salinization issue, because due to inept farm practices like we have not so many acre. There is huge area of this country which is not fit for crop cultivation due to salinization. That groundwater is groundwater is the tedious level of groundwater is very much high in these regions. Disposal of drainage effluent. Unfortunately, since 2000, Pakistan is bearing the brunt of inept wastewater management, and people from industry drained their effluents into the freshwater bodies. Vulnerability to climate change. Climate change is another factor which is uh, which is impacting the IBS system, especially in Sindh in 2010, in 2015, and in 2022. We have borne the brunt of three massive floods in this province specifically, and it has completely destroyed the irrigation system of the province. And specifically in 2020-22, almost more than 2 million hectares of land have completely devastated, and it has caused to displace more than 33 million people of the province. Beacon and old age canal water infrastructure. This is another dilemma of this country that we are facing, because despite the fact that Pakistan have invested a lot of money onto line the water courses, but still there is a lot. There is still we have to done a lot. We have to do a lot. The another major economic challenge of IBS system in Pakistan is low storage capacity and poor irrigation infrastructure. Unfortunately, over the years, the storage capacity of water reservoirs in Pakistan has substantially decreased due to many of the reasons, and the main reason is silt accumulation. And due to this reason, Pakistan has lost its storage capacity, and currently it is on 30 days average. It is on 30 days average, which is very much low as compared to other countries of the world. Increasing gap in supply and demand. Pakistan mostly rely on a surface water because, as we have seen, that this is a major economic challenge which is Pakistan facing. That in many of the areas, Punjab and Sindh, the groundwater is not fit for any purpose, even not for cropping and not for drinking purpose. So because we heavily rely on Indus River Basin, therefore the supply and demand gap is continuously increasing. And in 1991, Pakistan crossed the water stress line, and currently Pakistan is a country uh, which is bearing the brunt of water stress countries in the world, and it is third among the 30 most water scarce countries in the world. What are the major gaps in IBS water policy area? Pakistan water goals and major policy gaps are lingering transboundary intercountries conflicts on Indus River Basin water. Pakistan has mainly transboundary water conflicts with India and Afghanistan. On India, Pakistan has there are some of the management and some of the issues on construction of dams. Like Pakistan have some insecurities on some of the dams which are at this time being constructed in India, and in with Afghanistan we have a conflict on in this Kabul River Treaty, because despite so many attempts, Pakistan have not entered into any legal agreement with Afghanistan, and the prime reason of this is instability in Afghanistan. That for so many years, Afghanistan has unstable political government. So this is a major reason that why we have not yet entered into any legal instrument with Afghanistan. Interprovincial water conflict on shared IRBS water system. Despite the fact that in 1991 we have signed, all of the provinces conclusively signed the Indus, the Water Apportionment Accord, but still Sindh, KPK, and Balochistan have so many concerns concerning to the water apportionment accord, because they claims that Punjab is basically fetching the share of their water, and because water apportionment accord give the autonomy of each and every province, that they can consume the water as per their own interest, and none of the province can refrain other province to use the water. So that's why Sindh has so many concerns concerning the water apportionment accord. And another reason that another bone of contention is this, that neither of clause 13 of this water apportionment accord and clause 6 is another bone of contention, because these clauses say that none of the province can construct any dam on water on none of the province can construct any dam on Indus River Basin, but Punjab has constructed some of the dams, and but Punjab does not want that Sindh construct any of the dams. So these are some of the issues which are major conflicts among the provinces. The another reasons of this water woes are lacking of research, unavailability of data, and lack of political will. Lacking of research, we have not that much comprehensive kind of research available on this water mechanism framework, specifically concerning to Indus River Basin. Still, we have not true figure that how much water is water we have drained out the water each year into Arabian Sea, and data is the major reason of this thing. What are the major way forwards? Economic efficiency, because we know this thing that economic efficiency can only be ensured by using the following measures: by improving water storage capacity. At this time, Pakistan needs to invest on improving water storage capacity, redesign and reframe the old age irrigation water distribution mechanism. Since Pakistan have weakened an old age water distribution system, many of the canals and water courses are not lined up, and many of the big canals. Basically, there are two reasons why we need to redesign and reframe the old age irrigation water distribution mechanism, because in many of the areas there is a huge command areas of some of the canals, and there are some canals which have a very small command areas. So when there is a huge command areas, so we cannot basically control the water, and where we have a limited water command area, so there are so many of the farmers which have recently started to cultivate the barren lands. So they mostly complain that they have not enough water to irrigate and cultivate their crops. Regulate the groundwater pumping abstraction quantity. Since groundwater in Pakistan is not fit for drinking purpose, so in Pakistan, especially in Punjab and Sindh, there are so many water filtration plants have been installed by the government, by the provincial governments. So these water filtration plants are causing the major groundwater depletion, and we have not yet established any regulatory authority which can regulate the groundwater pumpage. Increase the water tariffs. In Pakistan, all of the provinces have different mechanism for water pricing. Specifically, when we talk about Punjab, since 2003, Punjab is practicing the flat rates, which is 50 rupees for Kharif season and 80 rupees for Rabi season. In contrast to this, the other provinces like KPK, Sindh, and Balochistan are not practicing the same pricing mechanism. Instead, they charge the prices as per crop, Like they charge different prices for sugar cane, for cotton, for wheat, for rice, and for maize. Especially in Balochistan, we have a very high tariff rates and very high tariff rates as compared to other provinces. Wastewater must be properly treated prior it to drain. In many, as I have told earlier, that in many of the districts of Pakistan, in the people from industry sector, basically they drain out their effluents into the water, fresh water bodies, and this is a major reason of groundwater pollution. And it is also harmful for aquatic life as well. So we have to more focus on this issue. Water policy need to be designed according to new climatic conditions. In 1960, when Pakistan signed the water treaty with India, neither at this time nor in 1991 when Pakistan at provincial level signed the water apportionment accord, in nor at this time Pakistan taken into account the climatic conditions, that what will be the conditions in future. This is the main reason that why Pakistan is facing a lot of water issues at this time.
So have you finished? Have you finished? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we hear you. Have you finished?
Yes, I have finished.
Okay. So, dear audience, now we invite the questions um, on her presentation. So you can raise your questions by just unmute your mic, or you come onto the video. You can raise the questions. Question, or you can share some of your experiences from your country. That's also good. Yes. Anyone from Pakistan wants to add something? I guess there is somebody from Pakistan. Okay, Saroj, you want to say something? You from South Asia, please.
Yes, I'm willing to talk about the electricity production also in this condition, because uh, here in Nepal, I'm from Nepal. Generally, while developing the irrigation project, we have parallelly a design for the production of electricity also. Oh, and is there any such projects in Pakistan or like that? So that is also a good of economy, that if it is added it will be, I think, better in this case, I think so.
Okay, good. Nusrat, you want to reflect something?
Yes, I want to answer the question. Basically, we have some hydropower projects like Mangla and Neelam Jailam hydropower. Neelam Jailam are the hydropower projects, and currently we are working on Pasha Dam. It is another project which is basically being constructed for to provide hydro power, for to provide electricity to the country. And we have constructed some of the small dams for this purpose as well, but these are the major dams which are currently being used for hydropower generation.
I wanted to talk about this simultaneous project, because this for the irrigation, if water is transferred from one place to another place, there is some head gain or something like that. So from there, we can generate electricity also, and irrigation can be also done. Is there any exemplary in your country?
Yes, basically at this time I have not complete information that how much gigatons or how much we are generating power electricity from these dams. But Mangla and Tarvela dams are using for this power generation objectives. Basically, I think so. I'm not sure. Basically, I have not added this. I added the point which I should have to be. I think so. Around 500,000 megawatt we generate by using these dams, and we have a major and major dam, Bhasha Dam, which government is currently working, and it will provide, I think so, more than 2,500 or around 3,000 megawatt electricity solely. Figures can be I think so. I can make. I think so. I'm not sure about the complete figures, but Bhasha Dam is a big project in this regard, which currently government is working on which currently government is working.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I pointed out this thing because in Nepal we are generating more electricity. It is a good source of income. Now, previously was facing load shedding problem. Now we are generating much more electricity, and our country is collecting revenue from it. So I think it's better to include uh, electricity
Yes.
also as a good economic good. And
Yeah.
thank
I
you,
think
thank
so.
you.
More than 50% of electricity is generated in Pakistan via hydropower projects. And I think so 50% we generated by different sources like we have solar power plants and by using the thermal power plants.
Okay, thank you, Nusrat.
Saroj, I think you have raised very pertinent question that the electricity generation is equally an economic good in terms of using the water in addition to the irrigation systems. This is great, and I think there is a difference, fundamental difference between Pakistan and Nepal. Nepal's geographical location is quite different from Pakistan's. In fact, Nepal and China and Bhutan, they are the origin places for many of the rivers flowing down towards India, Bangladesh, and also to the Pakistan. although the case she has discussed is the Indus River. Indus River originates from India, and then it travels across the states, and then finally enters into Pakistan. And long journey of this particular river happens in Pakistan. So your geographical location is no doubt um, uh, on the comparative advantage, and because of the hilly and mountainous terrains you have mostly, while the Pakistan is only having one province, which is the mountainous adjoining Afghanistan. So mostly the Pakistan's land is the plain area, and it is only receiving the water from the upstream watershed. So you are located in the upstream zones, wherein you have plenty of water resource, and then you can generate electricity in a surplus, and then you can sell it out, not only within Nepal, but I think to the neighboring countries too. So this is the same situation in the mountainous Himalayan mountain areas in India also, where plenty of electricity is generated from different hydroelectric projects installed across different watersheds, different rivers and tributaries. Particularly this Indus River is composed of the Jhelum and Ravi and other tributaries, and they are also having lot many hydroelectric projects created, small, medium, big, all sizes, um, especially in Himachal Pradesh, where it originates from, and then particularly Jhelum originates, and then in Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir, some projects are there. I do not know exactly the names, but there are. So when so whatever the water is going, I mean entering into Pakistan. So Pakistan is on the recipient end, particularly when we talk about the Indus River Treaty between the two countries. So there are hundred of issues between the two countries, particularly when there is a tension between the two countries and war. A couple of times there was a war also between these two countries. The recent one was in 2019, February 2019. It was the latest one. So the first thing which Pakistan usually suffers is the Indus River water is either blocked or like diverted through the barrages or etc. And then Pakistan suffers. I mean, uh, I cannot comment on the political conflicts here because my Indian colleagues or my Indian system is also listening to me. I mean, this is their inter-country conflicts anyway, and this is going on. I mean, this never has finished. It continues, and it is. I mean, sometimes it is resolved, sometimes it goes on. So whenever there is a tension, so it intensifies. The tensions intensifies, and this issue is really become very problematic. And of late, interestingly, there was a huge flood in Pakistan. You would have read in the news reports and might have seen the videos. So this time, the Pakistan has suffered, I think, the severest flood of this century, last century, maybe in 100 years. So these are the tricky things. Okay. So let us now. I invite the other questions or any other reflection from the audience, please? I see on this board in the forum there are a couple of participants who come from Pakistan. I guess. I guess this is my guess. I don't say. So if somebody wants to add something, can please. It is free to. Or anyone wants to speak something from Ukraine and you want to give some your experience from your country. Complete silence. Okay, Nusrat, I have one question. Can you, if you can address?
Yes, sir.
My question is related to relations of Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I think your country is receiving some waters from Afghanistan watersheds also.
Yeah.
So what kind of the relations you have, and in terms of the policy apparatus, is there any bilateral treaty between these two countries, or is any instrument evolving this time? Please reflect on
This is,
it.
yeah, this is a very valid question, and I also discussed the importance of strength. Basically, Pakistan have not yet entered into any bilateral agreement with Afghanistan. Pakistan shared two Indus water tributaries with the Afghanistan Kabul River and Kuram River. Kabul River basically mainly generates from Pakistan, like from Himalayan mountainous region, and then it flows down and goes to the Afghanistan, and then it again enters into Pakistan. So Pakistan have not yet signed any water treaty with Afghanistan, which is a major reason of so many issues, specifically in KPK, because due to this reason we are not allowed to construct any reservoir on this distribution of Indus River, and on the current flood. The current flood in KPK was also another major reason of the due to the missing gap in this area, that we have not yet entered into any bilateral agreement, despite the fact Pakistan have attempted so many times that Pakistan and Afghanistan should come onto the table and discuss the issue. But however, due to political instability in Afghanistan, we have not get a chance to sign the treaty with Afghanistan.
Okay, well understood. I think Afghanistan itself is unstable. That may be the reason. Okay, and moreover, there can be another reason that Afghan relations of Afghanistan and Pakistan are very good. There are very rarely any conflict between the two countries. So the so because of this,
Yeah.
there may not be any such constraint, or there may not be any such concern. Please, sorry.
Yeah, basically, although that relationship between both the countries are very harmonious, and specifically when I don't want to basically say this thing that when there is a government of Taliban, but I would like to say this thing that even though if we have any harmonious relationship with any of the country, but we have to enter into a bilateral agreement, because this is very much important, because the bilateral agreement allows us to construct the water reservoirs on any of the transboundary shared river water basin. Because Pakistan solely cannot construct any dam, because Pakistan is not the signatory of any legal instrument with Afghanistan. So this is a major reason Pakistan wants to sign a treaty, but from Afghanistan government there is not a green signal. We have not yet received any green signal.
Yeah, I think it's a good topic for you also to do this kind of work. If you can find out how how these two countries can evolve some kind of mechanism or instrument that will be a wonderful work for you.
I'm working on this thing. This is a major area of my research. That what are the major reasons that why Pakistan and Afghanistan not signing the treaty, and what will be the consequences of this missing legal instrument? Not only on Pakistan and Afghanistan, but on the other countries of the region as well. Because China is another major player in this region, and besides India, so this is a very much important area of research on which we must have to work, and I'm working on this.
Yeah, I can understand the position of China because China is kind of remote control. Remote control is actually in the hands of China, especially when we talk about the Pakistan's relations with other countries. So there is a lot of influence of Chinese government and Chinese investment in Pakistan territories, in Pakistan's region, I mean land. So yeah, it is understandable. But I think when you talk about the relation between Afghanistan and Pakistan, what to do with India? Does India has any stake in it? I don't think.
Sir, India has a stake because the Indus River water, Indus, because India has a stake on Indus River water basin, and Kabul River is a tributary of Indus River water basin.
Oh,
Basically,
okay,
yeah,
understood.
that's why India has a stake, and to some extent it is also very much important to take into account the Indian component as well into this treaty while signing the treaty.
You are right. Yes, correct. Okay, any other friend wants to say, or otherwise we close this session today? It's an interesting topic, but we need we need more. I think more work on it, and also more audience. Audience today is not many people, but okay, no problem. Next time we will do something good on it. But lastly, if nobody is speaking, then I would like to mention here, especially the water in the river basin, um, particularly in this Indus River basin when it flows into Pakistan. So I think the management of your available water, uh, available flowing fresh water, is very critical. If suppose in the situations of the constraints, various constraints, like sometimes there is a low flow, less flow of the water in the river and then into the canals. So in such situations, your different states, like you have mentioned, Sindh, Punjab, and Balochistan, particularly
Yeah,
these three plain areas, plain states, they face acute shortage of water,
yeah,
especially for the irrigation purposes, because the rainfall level is also very low, and the dependence on the river water or the canals water is quite high. So in such circumstances, I believe that the water management, whatever the water is available, is a critical subject, critical aspect, and challenge not only for the government but also the people as well. The people, farmers, and the other stakeholders. So
yes,
I don't know how Pakistan is coping with this, and how what kind of these strategies Pakistan. There must be some. I cannot say, but I'm not aware. Okay, next time we will discuss all this, and then thank you very much for your interventions. Okay, we will meet on Monday now. So on Monday we have a very good topic: urban, rural, urban linkages, or no, urban. Sorry, it's not rural; it is urban. urban blue-green space. I have so far heard urban green space, but this man has brought in a new term, urban blue space. So I guess he's talking about the water, because water is blue in color, and then usually the blue color is given to the water. That's how he's speaking urban blue space. Maybe the urban water spaces. Okay, we will meet on Monday. Thank you, all audience, for your patience, for your giving time and attention. Thank you, Nusrat. Take care. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
sir. Bye.